Welcome in. It's the PAWSitively Petland Show, AM 800 KXIC. I'm Jay Capron. Ron Salsrud here with Petland of Iowa City. Talking pugs today. Find out about the pug. That's our breed of the week. Got an amazing pet story of the week lined up for you. Flea and tick discussion and California Naturals will be the food we'll talk about later on today. So plenty to get to here on a busy day. How are things going with you, Ron?
Life is really, really nice. Had a nice time off there, and so got the jets recharged. But you know what? I just listened to something about when you go on vacation, you'll lose most of the effects of the vacation after within 4 weeks. You're back to where you were, and I'm like, oh. But then they were like arguing, don't take a vacation. I'm like, well, that's not the point.
That's not the answer. No, you
gotta take vacations if you can.
I know that's the problem.
But maybe we should be doing them as a culture every 4 weeks. I vote for that.
Yeah, I like it. I like your plan. Let's do that instead. It is tough getting back caught up though, and I've been out for a couple of different reasons here recently. And it's just I had just got caught up on vacation stuff, and then I had a issue in my family, and then I've been catching up. So it's like it's been scramble mode, to be honest. Just trying to get caught up with everything that happens while you're gone and trying not to deal with it while you're on either the vacation or you're away from the office. Trying to stay away from that it's tough sometimes, but I'm glad you got to recharge your batteries a little bit. And things going good at the store?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
As usual. Packed. You know, everybody's now back in school, so it's a whole new group of people. And
good. And a couple of pugs expected to grace the presence of the store here coming up.
Yes, coming up this week. We got a couple of pugs that should be ready to go.
And I'm sure they won't last long with those cute little smashed faces that they have. And we'll talk about the pug here in a little bit. We also have our amazing pet story of the week. So we'll do that right now, and then we'll take a break. Be back with the rest of the show. But right now, I need Big Voice Guy. So Big Voice Guy, where are you at? And what is he doing today? He's got his Herky hat on today. He's dressed up like Herky for the amazing pet story of the week.
He's even like walking like Herky. I like that. Yeah. He's grooving. Wait, where's the lower part of the Herky outfit? Hey, whoa.
I thought I only saw him from the waist up there for a minute, so now I got a bad visual here. Get out of here, Big Voice Guy. Thanks anyway. We're recording this on Thursday, so we can't say whether or not the Hawkeyes won, but hopefully they thumped the Cyclones here over this past weekend here on KXIC, and the Hawkeyes are 2-0. If not, the Hawkeyes have some work to do then if they lost to the Cyclones. But anyway, thanks, Big Voice Guy. Today for our amazing pet story of the week, this is a story about it's from France, and a tobacco shop was the location of a armed robbery that took place. A masked armed robber made his way into the tobacco store in France, and unfortunately, well, for him, and says he shouldn't have done it to begin with, but the thief ended up coming in. The dog, there was a dog behind the counter that he didn't know about, and the dog fought him off and scared him right back out of the store.
Yeah, baby.
And he didn't get away with anything other than being scared. He didn't get bit, but he got out of there pretty quickly, and he had a gun too. So thankfully, nothing bad happened there. But hopefully, he thinks twice before he goes to try and rob a store. But the dog comes to the rescue. Didn't say what type of dog it was. It's probably like a Chihuahua, and just comes around the corner.
He's gonna bite me.
He's gonna nip my ankle. All right, that's the amazing pet story of the week. Coming up here, we're going to talk to Ron about the pug. Also not a very big dog, not a very intimidating dog, but a lovable dog. And as you said, pug owners love their pugs. We'll talk about the pug coming up. We'll also talk about flea and tick prevention and why that's important, and California Natural. That's the pet food. What else is going on at the store, Ron?
It is fall. We've got the Hawkeye colors all the way through the store. People are playing and having fun. Everybody's learning what is the right pet for their family. And we love that when you come in and just have an open mind, because some people, they're all about the puppies. I understand that. But others are going after the bunnies and saying, hey, tell me more about, is this really the right pet for me in my life right now? Or is the hamster hamster with a really cool habitat for your child. They get to learn about life and everything. So that's what we're all about there. We have all the supplies. We got a ton of them in stock. Come on in if you have a pet and you got questions. Hey, I would really like my pet more if. I always like to ask the question. This is kind of odd. What do you like least about your pet? And then let's see if we can eliminate that or improve it so that you'll love the pet even more.
Yeah, I think everybody out there has certain things about their pets that either annoy them or that they wish would stop. And you can get that help. Why get stressed about it? Let it build up, time after time without doing anything about it. Be sure to get that help you need at Petland of Iowa City. Lower Muscatine, check them out. They open up at noon today if you're listening on Sunday, and 10 o'clock for the rest of the week. 800 KXIC. It's Positive Petland Show. We'll be right back. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. It's the Positively Petland Show, 800 KXIC, Iowa City. We've got Ron Salzberg here at Petland of Iowa City, and we're talking pets, as we always do in this hour. It's always a lot of fun. Different things about the breeds. Really enjoy hearing the write-ups that they have in that big book that Ron has. We're going to learn about the pug. We're going to hear about what else. We're going to learn about flea and tick and talk California Naturals food. So, Ron, tell us about the pug.
All right. So, Stump J.
I think you're going to get me on this one because I have no idea.
I think you do, actually.
I don't.
When I read it, I was like, "Oh yeah," but I was a little on your side. I'm like going, "Where would it?"
I'm just gonna guess China.
Yeah, there you go.
Is that right?
Bing, 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 bing,
All
bing,
right.
bing.
And you could vouch. I don't have anything in front of me. I didn't cheat. I don't know.
You didn't go on Google.
No. But I don't know why or when. So tell us about the pug.
All right. The pug is of Chinese origins and dates back to the pre-Christian era. That's interesting that they pointed that one out.
Mm-hmm.
They were prized possessions of the emperors of China and lived in a most luxurious atmosphere.
They had it good.
At times, even guarded by the soldiers.
The pugs were guarded by the soldiers?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dutch traders. This is where you go. You have to have that sound in the background. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dutch traders brought pugs from the east to Holland and on into England. The more robust Kobe pug, which we know today, so that's what we would know today as the Kobe pug, but as a just pug in our brains. Today must be credited to the English breeders. The happy little dog was enjoyed by many monarchs of Europe and to this day remains a favorite with royalty and discerning people all over the world. AKC recognized them back in 1885, so that's close to the beginning of all that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a pretty old registry.
Yeah, one of the first, you'd imagine.
Standing between 10 to 13 inches and weighing about 14 to 18 pounds. And pug owners, are you tipping the scale? Because this is one of those breeds that people love to feed. So if you're over that, you're like, oh, maybe I should feed a little less. This square dog is, everybody's like, yep, that's about as square dog as you can get, is the largest of the toys. His tightly curled tail, unique head shape and facial features, short, blunt, square muzzle, and large, dark, round eyes give the pug an expression that brings a smile to the human face. So going on living with a pug, what's it like to live with a pug? When picking out a pug, a new owner should look for nice, clear eyes, wide open nostrils, and a robust personality. Interesting. Eyes on the pug do stick out a little further, and so they do tend to get abrasions and stuff like that. So that's what they're talking about. The nares on their nose sometimes are a little tight. The good news is that's an easy fix for a veterinarian to open up the nostrils so I can breathe much easier now. Pugs do not have many health problems, but they do shed year-round. I will say pugs do shed, and you are going to need a Furminator will do you really good on a pug. Their large, round eyes are prone to injury from rose bushes, shrubs, etc. So you should be careful and check your yard. Well, I think the pug's going to learn those things too as they go. Pugs are susceptible to excessive heat, just as humans are. If it feels hot for you, then it's hot for the pug. Pugs love air conditioning. Then a pug is anxious to please, anxious to learn, and anxious to love. You almost like love the pug. I mean, like, I got to have one now. His biggest requirement is that you love him back. That's cute. I love that. The pug has been bred to be a companion and pleasure to his owners. He has an even temperament, exhibiting stability, playfulness, great charm, dignity, and outgoing, loving disposition. He is extremely adaptable to his environment. If you want a pug to run a 5K with you, he will.
Really? No way.
I'm questioning that one. He will. I mean, I think the desire is there.
You're dragging him by the end of it, probably.
If you want a pug to just snuggle on your lap, watching Men in Black, of course, he will. No other dog can equal the pug in his virtues as a family pet. He appeals to moms because of his natural cleanliness, intelligence, and for his toy size. His appeals to dads because he's a husky, sturdy dog with very little upkeep, needing no professional grooming. Children adore pugs. The pugs adore children. They are sturdy enough for fun and games. Older persons and shut-ins find them perfect as companions too.
Wow, they have a lot of love for the pug.
I know, yeah.
And really, there's a lot of dogs that we talk about that that don't seem to fit certain lifestyles or certain environments, size of homes and whatnot. That sounds like one of the most adaptable dogs that we've talked about.
Yeah,
it sounds like pretty much. Yeah, I mean, obviously the running thing is questionable, but it sounds like it's active enough that it's not like a bulldog, and it sounds like it gets along pretty well, low maintenance.
Yeah, the shedding is the only thing I've ever noticed with a pug. Hug a pug and you'll have some fur on you. If it has not been fermented. If you stay up on that, then
apartment's
you're good to go.
Fine, right?
Apartment's going to be, all the energy that it can expel can be done in an apartment.
You don't have to have a big yard, a big house, that type of thing. So that's pretty adaptable. They said shut-ins, so seniors out there might enjoy having a pug. So
yeah,
good. So all right,
very
good deal.
Interesting, unique, and adaptable breed.
I like it.
Yeah, I think that said it all. I don't really have much more to say. Normally, I have a couple of things other than the shedding, but it's a wonderful, loving dog, just like they said.
Are they almost? I don't know if you touched on this or if I missed it, but are they always typically that brown color with the black muzzle?
No, what I'll have coming in. Gosh, I believe I'll have 2 black ones coming in this week.
And black with the black muzzle, though.
Yes, yeah.
So they always typically have this
fawn. Oh, I didn't read further on any other colors. Right now, there's no other colors coming to my mind.
They're never white, are they?
No, I have not noticed a white one out there.
But they, I'm picturing, because I've known pug owners, and generally they have that brownish color with the definitely a black muzzle for most of the breeds that I've seen. So you go check them out. There's some pups that'll be available
coming in on Wednesday.
Awesome. All right. So what if that pug gets fleas or ticks?
All right.
How do you stop that from happening?
Right. And so all right, fleas and ticks. We know that dogs and cats are susceptible. Why? Because they make great hosts for fleas and ticks. The great thing with the flea side is if there is a great thing, is we are not good hosts.
They don't like our taste, right?
Yeah, so we will not become infected, but they will give us a bite, try us out. In extreme situations, use this as a host, but as soon as they can get off us, they're like, ooh, you taste like mud, I don't like you. And so that's the good news. But how do you keep them at bay, kind of a thing? And it's actually pretty easy. A whole industry almost went out of business as a result to the products that are out on the market now, how good they work. The whole exterminator field, bugs and all that kind of stuff. This used to be their bread and butter, was coming into your house and removing fleas and ticks from your house, and fleas primarily. They had products that, and still do, that will eliminate that. But when Frontline was the first one to come out, and then Advantix, 2 of the really top end products that really do a great prevention. Once we started doing that, then all of a sudden that business went away, and they had to adapt to it and find other things to clean and do good with. So that is a big thing for us to know is that these products work so well that they actually prevent this and do a really good job. So if you're that person, there's three scenarios that I wanted to cover. One is, hey, what do I do to stop this, or prevent it and all that kind of stuff. The second one is I notice a couple of fleas. What should I do now? And then the third one is I got fleas. My house got fleas. What do I do now? Kind of a thing. And we'll just add on as we go through, and that's how we're going to talk about it. So if you are the customer, the person, the owner of a pet that says, I don't have these things, you're kind of, putting me on alarm now. This season right now is one of the highest seasons for fleas and ticks because of the high heat, the moisture, the bountiful moisture. Every time it rains, another round of fleas is coming in. So that is a big thing right now. You got to take advantage. We had a 2-year break on it where it wasn't as bad. Now we're back into it. So like I said, Frontline and Advantix are the two of the top brands out there. You're going to go, hey, when you go to the store, you're going to go, but wait, there's some cheaper alternatives here. What I want you to do is pick up the package, and I want you to compare ingredients. What you're going to notice is they're at a third of the dose of the Frontline or Advantix products out there. That's why they're cheaper. And guess what? They're about a third the price. Hey, the stuff is starting to make sense to me now. What you'll also find if you talk with anybody in the business, including your veterinarian, they will tell you those cheaper products are not good enough. They will not do the right prevention on there. So the Frontline Advantix are the ones that you really want to stick to because they do the job well. They have the right amount of product in there to do the prevention. Two things that I want to put on top of that: do not mix your cat and dog products. Cats can be harmed severely if you use the dog products on them. So make sure that you get the cat appropriate products for your cat. And the dog appropriate products for the dog. Always read the label on these because you are working with some ingredients that can be harmful and you want to use it correctly. The second thing is to understand when you apply a Frontline or Advantix to your dog or cat, the first month you're coming up to a good dose. And as you go through the month, that dosage on the cat or dog decreases almost linearly over the next 30 days. And then at 30 days, you're going to apply another dose of it. Now it goes up, but remember, there's still a little bit from the month before. So now you got even a higher dose. That's the way the whole thing works. And then the third month, the same thing happens. Right about that third month, you have maximum strength on your cat or dog. So that's important to remember. This is why they say don't stop it, because people will start it in June, May or June, and go, hey, I'm gonna get my cat or dog all set for the summer, kind of thing. But you won't really be protected fully until 3 months into the summer from whenever you start it. So that's why they say, hey, do this all year round, so you're at maximum strength all the time. And by the way, yes, you can get fleas and ticks in the winter months if they have come into your house unknowingly and then jump onto your pet and start infiltrating there. So those are the things to remember. Hey, I'm looking to start this stuff, I get it. You're going to plan on spending $12 to $16, $17 per month. That's not too much, on a good quality product that will prevent you from spending thousands of dollars. So it's a pretty cheap preventative. Bite the bullet, go do it. So that's the person that doesn't have any issues and they just want to prevent it. Realize the key there: in 3 months, you'll be at maximum strength. So make sure you plan ahead. This isn't something you want to get to maximum strength in September. You want it back in May when fleas are coming about and at their full strength. All right. So now, hey, okay, I've been doing what you said. I've been doing that Advantix. I've been doing the Frontline. I noticed some fleas on there. Okay, we prefaced it. You're probably at a lower dose because you're still building up at this point. But what can you do in the meantime to help your dog or cat get through this while you still continue the program that you're on? Um, what you can do now is there are sprays, there are shampoos, and there are dips that you can use to help you out. And there's also a magic bullet out there called Cap Guard that you can feed your cat. So those first products they have the ingredients in them, and so they'll up the residual on your cat or dog right away, and they'll kill predominantly what's on there, kind of a thing. So those are good products to use to get the strength going faster up to where you need it in order to kill off these fleas and ticks. That Cap Guard, this is a holy cow. Cap Guard is a pill that you will feed your dog or cat. Again, get it appropriate for their size. But when they ingest this pill within the next 30 minutes, every walking flea is going to drop off dead. And it's an amazing thing. People that are, in the middle of, oh my gosh, they feed this pill and they go, woo, holy cow, that kind of turned things around quick. Realize though, if you're in a full infestation, this is not it. We'll cover that in a little bit. So those products are to help you stay in front of the wave, like I said. Keeping it up to full strength. Cap Guard can keep you there real quick, push you right back into the lead, kind of a thing, to stay in front of the game as far as, the cycle of a flea and the eggs that get underneath the skin and all that kind of stuff. I didn't point out on the front end, the benefit of Advantix over Frontline right now. Advantix has a repellent in it, and that will repel not only fleas and mosquitoes, but it also repels mites. So I actually, on my own dogs and cats, use that product, Advantix and Advantage for the cats, because it just has that repellent, and I like it. For customers that are coming into the store and they're having issues, oftentimes they choose to switch up the product to Advantage or Advantix, depending on the cat or the dog, and they find good results. So it's kind of one of those things, you see people having good results, and so you kind of migrate that way. So I've migrated to Advantage as a result. So all right, so we've covered those preventions. We understand this is building up over a 3-month period. We've now hit those people that have we have a little bit of infestation. And what do I do to keep this thing under control? I'm a little nervous right now. Stay the course, supplement with a couple of products. All right. I'm the customer. I'm the pet owner. It's crazy in here. I got red bites on my ankles. My cat or my dog is scratching and just won't leave anything alone. I have seen them in my kitchen, in my couch, in my rug. Oh, by the way, my dog sleeps in my bed. Oh my gosh, I see him in my bed. All right, you customers, you pet owners are in for a wild ride here, and it is stay the course, like what we talked about in the past. But now you got to mix it up to figure out and address the different situations that you come across in your house and with your pet. First, number one thing, do exactly what we said on the front end here with the other people, and that is you have to get it under control on your pet. That is key, because they will continue to infest your house if you do not get them under control. So follow all that direction. But now you've got powders, sprays, bombs that you can use in your house, and you're going to use a mixture of them. When you're using them, realize those bombs that we set off, and I'm talking about the sprays that you kind of you set them in each room and then walk out of the house, and you got to leave the house for 4 to 6 hours. Realize that's a vertical drop that's going to drop. So underneath your couches, in between the cushions, all that kind of stuff also need to be get a dose of it. So you're going to have to use a manual spray to hit all those. Most of, and what we have in our store, are all residual based, in that they have a longer lasting. They last up to 2 to 6 weeks. In addition to kill off more of the fleas. Good news is fleas within the rug and everything, they don't have any ability to procreate and prosper. They need to get back onto a pet in order to get that cycle going. So what you're trying to do is just kill them all off before they can start getting things going again, and go through the egg, larvae, and everything stage. So So you're going to use, there's great granular powders that we have in the store that you're going to sprinkle on the carpet. The product even says once you've applied it and worked it into your carpet, your baby can walk over this. So there are some products out there that are safe for kids and all that kind of stuff. Sprays, bombs are all good. This year, Tropiclean came out with a really interesting mix of products that you can use in your house. Those have been selling in droves, and the people have come back and said, hey, they saw a significant increase or improvement. And so they came back and said, I just want to have that on the shelf now to make sure I stay ahead of the game here. So the difference between those that saw a flea or two and the ones that with full infestation is now you have to treat the house. And so come into the store, because every situation is unique on there. Whether you have beds, it's in the bed and all that kind of stuff. You do want to isolate the pet until you have them under control any way you can. And I know this is, I've got to do it humanely, but they're going to continue infesting your house if you let them continue through the house. Some extreme, measures are you're going to need to get the dog groomed and cut the hair off so that you can really get under control here and get the bugs under control. So a groomer might be needed in that case. Other things, you're going to be vacuuming very, very frequently, multiple times a day. The best thing to do once you vacuum is bring the vacuum outside and leave it, so that it doesn't infiltrates your house again. So it gets into the vacuum, but then it gets back out of the vacuum and back in your house. If you have you can always change the bags or empty the canisters, even rinse them out a little bit if you can to get rid of them that way. So vacuuming is key to all of this and other options as well. So this is one of those things, once you get to this level, that come into the store, let us hear what you're trying to work on as far as whether it's your bed, your couch, your rug, and we'll come up with a very unique program just for you to hit that specific area. So we hit those 3 different areas for fleas and ticks, and I hope you have a feeling of confidence that you're going to get through it. Stay the course is the big thing. And remember, those products build up over a 3-month period. That's the key thing. And you can, though, we have products that will get you there quicker so that you're at full dose and you can get things under control.
So get out in front of it, and you can save money that way instead of having to call in the exterminator and all the costs to de-flea your entire home, right?
And my last words of advice, if you have any fleas that you've noticed on your dog or cat, do not stop your treatment for a minimum of a year. And if I were you, I would be doing it for the rest of the life, because you could be the one in February when your cat or dog is in the house, it's 70 degrees, the flea goes, oh, it must be summer again. And then the whole cycle occurs. Yeah. So we never remove these products from our shelves because we know our customers will have problems all the way through the winter. Well, wait, they're not out. Well, yeah, but your dog had them or your cat had them, and it just re-infiltrated you again. So stay ahead of the game, like I said, especially if you've seen that problem in your house. Just don't stop, and you'll be ahead of the game and in front of the wave going in the future.
Good deal. That's Ron Salzer with Petland of Iowa City. We're just about out of time, but enough time to talk about California Naturals. Tell us about this food.
We talked about California Naturals last time, and we just talked about how they're locally sourced ingredients, and we went through all the ingredients, the main ingredients on there. And we actually were able to identify the states within the United States, and there was some up in Canada that where they get their product from. And I went, that's pretty cool that they're doing that, because that is something that we're interested in. I also like that they really stress only 4 ingredients, 4 key ingredients. So there's more than 4 ingredients on their list, but there's only 4 key ingredients on their list. So it's one of those, it's limited. They even have it listed as a limited ingredient diet. Just going through those 4: high quality chicken meal, and for concentrated source of protein and fat, rich in flavor and omega-6 fatty acids. So we've hit that meal a lot on the radio show, but just to catch you up, if you just see chicken on there, that's wet weight. That's before cooking. It's still good. Everything is fine. But realize once they cook it, it becomes less of an ingredient in the ingredient list. When you see chicken meal, that means it's cooked, and that's good. It means it's the muscle or skin that they're doing. So where they get nutrition from on a chicken, and this applies to the other mammals out there that they get, or fish that they get it from. So chicken meal is a good thing, and it's concentrated, 300% concentrated. So if it's at the top of the list, that means there's a lot of it in there, and that is a good thing. Chicken meal. Second one is brown rice and rice for the fiber and easy digestion. We've talked about fiber is a huge issue, making sure that it's balanced correctly for your pet. You people out there that say, gosh, my dog has this issue and it has the runs on this one and all that, it's usually a fiber issue, and you're just going from one product that has not really good fiber to one that has really good fiber balance in there. So California Natural has a really nice balance through the rice, and we're going to see through some other sources of fiber. Sunflower oil is their third key ingredient, and that is for the skin and coat. So now that you're talking the omega-3 fatty acid stuff, and that is going to enhance it to the point where you're going to see less shedding. And then finally, flaxseed is their fourth key ingredient, again for another source omega-3 and fatty acids, but also in the fiber category. You're hitting it again here. And we're talking soluble and insoluble fibers, which are both key in that. Just running over to Dog Food Advisor, they're giving this guy, this food, a 3.5 out of 5, which they will tell you is that this is a way above average food to get that high of a rating, which is really cool. If you're watching the proteins and fats and carbs, this product is a 21% protein, 27% fat, and then a 52% carb. If you're just unfamiliar with what I just talked about, realize dogs and cats are designed to get carbs through other sources other than proteins. In fact, there was a period when protein became such the rage on the internet that dog foods were designed with really excessive proteins. And guess what? Dogs started having problems because they're not designed to eat that high of a protein. They do eat carbs. So a really good mix of all those. This would be a really general mix as far as the 21% protein. There are those out there that are a little higher, but really good dog food, something that you might want to think about for your dog. And we have it in the store right now. Right when you walk in, it'll hit you right in the face, not literally. And you'll be able to read up on it right there and there. And if you have any questions, give us a call. If you ever have a question on dog or cat food or hamster food or fish food, please ask. We'll give you the skinny on what we have in there, why this one might be the best one for your dog or cat or fish or hamster or rabbit or ferret.
It was California Naturals, the featured food today. Take a look at that and consider one of the higher quality foods that Petland of Iowa City offers. They'll be able to explain the differences between them and get you set up with the right product. All the great supplies there, maybe even the next member of your family at Petland of Iowa City. Lower Muscatine. For Ron Salzard, I'm Jay Caper, and this has been the Positively Petland Show. Check them out. Again, Lower Muscatine opening up at noon if you're listening on Sunday, 10 o'clock other days, and visit petlandiowacity.com. And that's it. Till next week. Bye.